Oh, snap, we're back. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Julian Dion Show. On today's episode, what are we talking about? I stole, which we'll get into that and so much more. First time in a long time, welcome back. Subscribe, rate, and review, all that good stuff. All right. Okay, we showed the screen. We're back. Look at this. Brand new Stidudes, Magoods. Welcome back to the program, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. It's been a while. Coming to you from Lemon Press Studios, a brand new version. I think maybe version 3 or 2, 4. No, at least 3. Maybe version 4. We've got cameras all over the up the yin yang. All right, let me shut this down. The intro song. Welcome everybody. It's been a minute. I was going to say it's been a slice, but that would be after. That would be after. It's been a slice. It's been a long time, year and a half since an episode. Welcome to the Julian Dion Show. New show, new program, rebranded. We're back. Yeah, I stole voluntarily. Hang on. Wait, wrong. I stole voluntarily. I know. This. Oh shit! No, hang on. I stole voluntarily. There, you heard it. You heard it there. You heard it here first. I'll tell the story. As a grew up a Catholic boy, but I broke a commandment. I couldn't be further from religious, but anyway, I was at Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada, which is, by the way, the enemy. Now we have a lot of listeners in the States, so I don't know why. At first I was like, oh, it's a troll, it's hilarious, Trump, 51st state, all this, and now I'm like, why are we all of a sudden the enemy for no reason? Even Joe Rogan, there's a UFC 317 or something that's going to be in Montreal, and Joe Rogan's like, I'd rather go to Russia, I'm not going there. What happened? And Montreal, too. Joe Rogan used to play the Comedy Works. He started there, Jimbo's Comedy Works, back in the day before he did anything. And it was one of the clubs that would headline him. And now it's like, no, we're just the enemy. Anyway, not to get political. If there's one thing we know about this show, we don't... actually, we don't care. We go political sometimes. It doesn't even matter. But all that to say, I stole. I went to Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada, which is CVS. Same thing as CVS in the States. Same kind of branding and everything, just different letters. And I went to Shoppers Drug Mart to get my usual electrolytes. I basically live off electrolytes and antacids. So I got Pedialyte and Eno. I'm truly 80 years old. So I got Pedialyte and Eno and Contact Solution. Those are really the 3 main go-tos. I don't wear deodorant, which is, I know, crazy, but my natural musk is enough. Elon, topical. Anyway. No, that was the wrong one. Anyway, but and I get Contact Solution, which is I should just get rid of the contacts. I do glasses and contacts. I do a mix of both. I do the dailies. I tried a bunch of different types of contact lenses, and the dailies are the ones that make me feel less tired, meaning they feel less dry, but they still feel dry. It's like every morning I wake up and put an eyelash in each eyeball and go about the day. And it makes me feel so tired. I just walk around. By the way, should I do the shades? Here's the thing. I got these shades. Oh, okay. First of all, I built this. I'll get back to the Contact Solution thing and me stealing. But I got these shades as a way of look at. I mean, they are. Tell me I don't look cool. I won't believe you. First of all. Second of all, I got these shades to be because everyone wears sunglasses when doing podcasts. That's the thing. Tim Dillon. It really started with Howard Stern back in the day. But everybody, it's the thing. You see podcast clips. My algorithm is nothing but dummies wearing shades, giving their opinion on things. That's all it is. The internet, at least my algorithm, is just people in sunglasses indoors giving their opinion. Like, yeah, motherfucking. And so I got these to do the same thing. And then I got them and got self-conscious, and I was like, I'll wear them and say that I just got them to make fun of the glasses that other people do, like a bit kind of thing. But then I'm like, when does bit become a reality? Because then I'm just doing it. Like, it's just for me. No one else knows I'm doing this to kind of mock the people that wear sunglasses. I'm just another podcaster wearing sunglasses. But those are just my insecurities talking, because I got them to wear them. So now I'm like of two minds. I'm like, do I wear them? Do I not? So let me know in the comments. I don't read comments. Doesn't matter. Anyway, go to CVS and I get contact solutions with solution singular, which is again weird. I wear contact lenses. I feel exhausted all the time. My eyes are dry, so I just feel I'm squinty and I feel like I have something in my eyes all the time. So I'm just tired. And it would just take 7 minutes to go get LASIK. 7 minutes, that's all it is. But they open your cornea and scrape it with a fucking blade and then laser it, and then it burns something. And you smell the burnt, ocular jelly. Yes, ocular jelly. Thank you. So you're supposed to just sit there for 7 minutes while they open your eyeball, peel your cornea, scrape it with a blade, and then laser it, and then it burns something, and you smell your burnt inside. You're never supposed to, any sense, feel, smell, or taste, or what are the other senses? Feel, smell, taste, hear, or ejaculate. I don't know what. The inside of your eyeball. The inside of your eyeball is supposed to be a foreign kind of thing where you never know any of the senses of inside your eyeball, but this you smell them burning something. Anyway, but still, the point is it's 7 minutes. And I'll never have to wear contacts or eyeglasses again. Eyeglasses. Ice hockey. And you get it? It was redundant. I didn't even know. We know they're glasses for the eyes. Oh, no, they were butt glasses for my chocolate eye. Anyway, gross. No. No.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
my God.
I'm going to come. So, anyway, all that to say, I get contact solution because I live in the dark ages. Not dark ages. What am I looking for?
Ice Age.
Not Ice Age. Whatever. So I go to Shoppers, CVS, and I get my usual, and I want to get essential oils for a diffuser. Just to that's my go-to. If I can't clean my house, run a diffuser. It feels clean. It's like someone had a joke years ago about their car, and they're like, I can't afford an oil change, so I just clean my car, and then it just feels clean. It just feels like it runs better. It's the same for my house. I just run some essential oils in a diffuser. It feels clean, even though it's a dump. It's not. It's very clean, right?
Cleared.
Clean. They're both clean. So anyway, I get the thing, and actually, the essential oil was the first thing I got. I grabbed the little bottle, and I'm holding it in my hand because I don't have a basket or anything because I'm lazy. And then I get the Eno, then I get the Pedialyte. I'm 80. Then I get the contact solution, and then my hands are filling up. So then I put the essential oils in my pocket. Remember, the story is I stole. So I have it in my pocket, and even that didn't feel. That felt like I was being watched. I don't know if you've ever been in a retail situation and you put something in your pocket, whether by just like not even thinking or whatever. But I caught myself putting it in my pocket, and I'm like, this feels wrong. I felt like I was being watched. I feel like at CVS or Shoppers, there's people. It's like a casino. There's like someone in a room with like 100 TV monitors, and they're watching everybody walking through the aisles. And like, this guy put essential oil in his pocket. Watch him. So then I do my things, get more old person things, Metamucil, a suppository for whatever wrinkles. I don't know. And then I get to the cash, and I go self checkout. By the way, I'm sick of people talking about self checkout like it's a negative thing. You hear the only angle I've ever heard comics talk about self checkout is how it's like I'm not an employee. I don't work here. No, I love it. First of all, and people that are like, and now there's like a movement of people refusing to do self checkout because they want to support jobs. Here's the thing: the cashier does not want you to come in their line. People think they're being magnanimous, or not magnanimous, but just kind of like, holier than thou. Like, I always choose the cashier because I want to preserve human jobs, and I don't want to take, I don't want to, that whole thing. And it's like, by the way, spoiler alert, the cashier does not want you in their line. Thank you. They don't. I've worked retail. I've worked in the service industry. I guarantee you, every cashier in the world, 100% of cashiers, you get in line at their cash, this is what they think. Oh, Jesus, fuck, another one. No one's thinking like, oh, good, they're going to save my job. Thank you. Please line up here. No one's thinking that. Everyone's like, oh, Jesus, fucking, because no one thinks they're going to lose their job over the self-checkout. It's just people being like, I'm going to do this for people. I support human jobs. The humans don't want you to support they don't want to ring you through. And also people I've heard this too, where they go, I like the human interaction at the cash. It's just part of the experience. It's like, have you had interaction? Recall your last human interaction at a cash. Usually it's the person's third language, English. You don't understand, and it's just a quick thing. You're there for 10 seconds, and it's like, you don't get to know this person. You don't get to, hello, can I donate to your native village or whatever? I'm kidding, but you know what I mean? Like, there's no meaningful progress made in the exchange with the cashier. No one cares. You don't get to know the person. You're not doing them a favor. They're just like, I want to go hack a dart by the garbage bin outside. So I always go self-checkout. Also, I have this game with my brain where I'm really fast at it. I'm really good. I should actually, every major retail outlet should hire me to be a cashier because I don't talk, I don't like people, and I ring them through quick. Bing, 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 debit, go, boom, boom, boom. You want to donate $2, $4, $6? No, don't go. Move on. Like, I'm good. I'm so fast. And every time I go to self-checkout, if there's like 4 and there's someone that started already, my mission is to finish before that person that they started. And in my mind, I think that they go, wow, he's really good. Like, I think I'm better, which, let's be honest, I am. Don't act surprised, audience. Thank you. So this new studio, I've always had overhead booms, and this is like a first low-profile boom, but I'm having a hard time seeing my screen for the soundboard. I want the manager! We should see the manager. Thank you so much. You fuck off! That's aggressive. Anyway, so I get to the self-checkout, and I've got my items, my essential oils in my pocket. And I start ringing things in. And I actually take out the essential oil. This is not going where you think it is. I know you're probably thinking, oh, he pocketed the thing, didn't notice, got in his car. I was like, oh, shit, I stole. No. I get to the cash. I take the essential oil out, and I scan it. $24. Wait. $24. $24. Thank you. And so I'm like, okay, that's a bit much for a little tiny little thing of essential oil. And also I'm 80, so I have to think of my pension and all that. I don't live off much. I live off Social Security or whatever. So anyway, and
baby.
Whoops, that was the wrong one. Everything, I'm losing my mind here. Nothing's working. So I get to the thing, I scan it, and I'm like, $24 is a little excessive for a eucalyptus essential oil, and that's my go-to, eucalyptus. I don't have to if I don't have time to browse all these blends and smell all the testers. How does this make me feel? No, basic. I just go if I'm gonna go just with not a blend but just a classic. You have like 3 to choose from: peppermint, citronella. Which, by the way, unless there are mosquitoes involved, if you get citronella, you should be admitted to a psych ward. I mean, it's disgusting. So I take the thing, scan it, $24, too much. And so then I go remove item from the thing. I've never returned. I'm an expert at self-checkout. I've never self-returned a thing. So I'm giving myself excuses. I'm like, I'm not going to use this. I thought about it for do you ever do that when you return something? You feel like you have to justify to the customer service person, like, hey, I got it, but it just doesn't fit my home's vibe. You're like making up these things. They don't give a shit. They're like, whatever. The Home Depot employee does not care if you're returning the anchors that were like it doesn't matter. Just return it. You're both. It's this charade we do in public. Oh, sorry, it didn't work, and the person has to be like, oh, okay, they're typing They're not typing anything. They're typing to another coworker in their internal system. Should we go hack a dart by the garbage bin? So then I remove item. I thought the little siren would go up top, and then the person, because there's always one person that is tending to the self-checkout, which you don't want to be that person. If you're working retail, you want your own cash. You don't want someone to go, just watch if they make a mistake, and then if you see the little light, shuffle over and figure it out. So I return it, and it's fine. It just removes it. But my total was still too much. It was like $66 or something, and it felt a lot for Pedialyte and Eno and contact solution. So I'm like, oh, I must not have removed the total because it doesn't trust me as a as a beloved employee of this establishment. So they must have to. So they must not have checked. I must have to have a code to override the thing to remove it from my bill. So I'm like, oh, I still have it. And here's where you probably think oh, then you realized after that you left. No, I realized then and there. So I went line item by line item, and it's just that was just the price. Biden inflation. Just inflation.
I want the manager.
Just inflation.
You fuck off.
Anyway, so that was just the price without the essential oil. I was like, oh, I did remove it. It worked. I am a valued employee of this establishment. And so then I realized it was off my bill. The total was still a little more than I expected. And I had this little vial of essential oil, and I just put it in my pocket. I know. I just pocketed it. And then I started. So I I just stole. It wasn't an accident. It was a conscious. At 41 years old, I stole. Now, was that gasp for my age or for the fact that I stole? My age. I know I look good for my age. And so so I just put this thing in my pocket, and I'm telling you, from the self-checkout to the door, or to my car even, I don't think I felt more alive. I got in my car. I could see color all of a sudden. It was like that show Smallville when it's like black and white forever. Then all of a sudden they see color. It was like that. I could taste things. I could hear birds chirping. All of a sudden, it was going to be okay. And so I get in my car and I leave. And I'm like, fuck, I just stole a $24 essential oil. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm like, now I'm like wanted. I didn't think of anything after. I didn't think. This was in the moment thing. I stole, went to the thing. I'm 41. I haven't stole. I don't even think I ever shoplifted. I think it might be the first time I've ever shoplifted. Honestly, truly. I don't think I ever have. I'm trying to think. I legit don't think. I think at 41 I'm starting my bad boy streak. I think I'm gonna be a bad boy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you, baby. Anyway, so then I get to the car and I leave and I drive and I get home. And by the way, I put this essential oil in the diffuser, and I've never in my life smelled any sweeter nectar of just. Again, I could see better. I could hear better. It smelled so good, much better than any eucalyptus I've ever bought. But here's the thing: I did not think of when I went back. I went back a couple days because, listen, I need to replenish my Eno and my electrolytes every few days because otherwise I have heartburn and I'm dehydrated. Those are the dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
Dehydrated? It
Wait.
feels like we're putting emphasis on the wrong syllable. Dehydrated. Dehydrated. Oh, dehydrated. I was dehydrated. No, that sounds weird too.
That does sound weird.
Titus?
Titus.
Teddy's.
Don't you put that evil on me!
Woman. I feel like that was a woman after.
Shut it!
All right, I'll shut it. Anyway, I had to go back a couple days later. I didn't even park in the parking lot. I parked like a street over and walked. It's just no, it's not true. I'm just. But when I got to the parking lot, I forgot, right? Because I go to Shoppers all the time or CVS. And as I pull into the parking lot, I'm like, all of a sudden my heart rate is up, and I'm like, what's happening? And I realized, oh, I'm a thief here now. I stole from their inventory. Someone's gonna get fired over this. In my mind, at this point, I'm like, fuck. And again, in my mind, I think there's someone in a TV in a room with 100 TV screens watching me. He's here, and they're radioing each other like, he's back. So I freak out. I go in. I can't remember what I was going for. Maybe adult diapers or something, zinc ointment, some sort of cream or something from my failing body, and middle-aged body. Which, by the way, being middle-aged, which I am. Let's be real. 41, middle-aged. That's 82, and be happy if I was to pass on at 82 in my sleep. Or violently die of murder at 82. Anyway, but middle. I think if he's 41, middle aged.
I think so.
Yeah, I would be middle aged. So, by the way, I have a new sidekick. You want to be on camera?
No.
No. Okay. Lest anyone think that.
Lest.
Yeah, I don't think I used that right.
Lest.
Yeah. But we talked before. I'm like, do you want to be on camera? And she said no. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just checking. I do this a lot. Did you notice that? So anyway, but when I went back, I was freaking out, and it's all good. So all that to say, I successfully stole. I feel like I had a better ending to that story, but that's what it is. I just stole. I'm being honest. That's another thing I'm trying to do in my life is be more honest. I'm in therapy. I'm, you know, and I'm just, because before I would have come on here, truthfully, before I would have come on here and told that same story, but said that I went there, I pocketed it because my hands were getting full. I got to the car, realized it's in my pocket. I stole. No. This is new me, honest me. I'm a thief. I went there and consciously at the cash on the screen before I walked out, before I even paid, line item by line item, realized I'm stealing and said, yeah, I'm going to do this. So I fully stole. All that to say, come get me. RCMP. Imagine they show up. Imagine as soon as we're finished recording, they're putting me in the back of a squad car. So I stole, ladies and gentlemen. But what else was I going to say? As I just started saying something else, I was leaving the stole story. And
Therapy.
Therapy, yes. I'm trying to be
Not
honest. Oh, not lying. That's pretty much it. It's white lie all the time, and it's not. It's torture. Here's the thing: if you're listening to this and you're a white liar, just stop. That's
all you got, huh?
Yeah, just stop. I don't know. I don't want to do it. I grew up in a small town where everybody talks, so I hold my cards close to my chest. Only because who cares if people talk? But for some reason that bothers me. But at the same time, it's like who gives a shit? And seems to me I come from a long, long line of fools. Mike Plume, my brother. That's the song. Anyway. I'm gonna check my notes here. I have notes. How do you like the new studio, by the way? The new logo, the new branding? This monitor, either the monitor's crooked or the camera angle is... hold on. Anyway, let me look at my notes here because there's certain things I want to talk about. By the way, okay, here's one thing. I went to a laundromat. I live in a small cottage now on the East Coast. There's no laundry at my cottage. That's the way it was when I bought it. Could I put some in? Sure. Will I? No. Oh, I hate when people do that. I actually admire people that say things interestingly.
Yeah.
Like say things fun. I admire people that have the I don't know, the kind of mental bandwidth to consciously say things in a fun way. For example, hold on. I wrote it down here. Say things. Anyway, I can't find my note, but I heard someone say the other day, they were describing someone, and they're like, let me just put it this way. If he decided to put me through a wall, spoiler, I'm going through a wall. I would never think to say things like that. For me, here's how I would say that. He's fucking huge. That's it. That's it. But I want people to use extra words, and they ask questions like I just did, like,
Will I?
will I? No. Should I? Probably not, also. What was I talking about? I forgot. Oh, laundromat. Went to the laundromat. Because I don't have laundry in my thing. I usually go to my... Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
My parents. 41 doing laundry at my parents. Whatever, it's fine. But I went to the laundromat, and is there any worse experience in the world than going to a fucking laundromat? Or is there anything that will make you question your life more and ask yourself the big life questions more than it being 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday and you're taking a stranger's laundry out of a dryer because they're all full to put your clothes in? And it's awful. And by the way, there's no laundromat in the world that does not have 9 out of 14 machines out of order. It's always you walk in, there's a stunt, and you just the dirtiest floors and everything is whatever. So where I live, it's attached to a gas station, which makes it even worse. I don't know why. If a standalone laundromat in a big city, it feels fine, but I live in a small town. A small town laundromat is horrific. It's one of the worst things, worst social experiences you could go through is going to a small town laundromat. Because in a small town, it takes nothing. Everyone has houses. Like everyone has laundry. So then they just let it run down. Someone thinks, oh, I run this business. I'm going to attach a laundromat to it, and I'll retire early because I have a laundromat. And then you see yourself unlocking little compartments and getting out $7.25 in quarters. And you're like, oh, maybe laundromat was not the best. Which is why all the machines are out of service, out of order, because they can't afford to fix them. And you don't care when it's not your own laundry. It's like when you rent property, you just don't give a shit. Like if it's my own washer dryer, I will put like just a little amount and make sure the wear and tear. When it's not mine, I just fucking jam everything in there. You can hear the motor on the thing, like it's smoking. I don't know, whatever. It's $3. And so I go to the laundromat, and this is what I did. I got 2 machines, put the stuff in, but I had clothes for maybe 4 machines if it was at home, but because it's a small town laundromat and I don't care about the equipment, I jammed it in 2 machines. And then I put it in the dryer, and it's jammed it in the dryer, not thinking, and one dryer was actually he had two big dryers and like a bunch of small dryers. Most were out of order. So I go, I'm just gonna use the two big dryers. It's like $1 more. Who cares? I really don't. Tell you what, when it comes to $1 here and there, I don't give a shit. Thank you. So I take the big dryers. I'm gonna treat myself with the extra space and the extra toonie or loony. So I put it in the two dryers. I put my loony in, which for American listeners is $1. I put it in, nothing. It just jams. You can hear it clink, clink, like the way it wasn't a satisfying like plop in the container with the other change where you can hear it hit other coins and you know it's in. It was just like an unsatisfying like metal on metal jamming kind of sound. So I'm like, you got to be kidding! And it didn't register on the thing that I put $1 in, and I can see my $1 coin. It's not quite in the slit of the return. It's jammed. So then I have to take the coin return button, which is just like a loose thing, and I'm like shaking the whole thing. Finally, I dislodged my $1. It comes out because I only had the exact change to do these two machines. I had nothing else. I wasn't, flipping loonies left and right. Here, treat yourself to a fresh Coca-Cola or whatever. Immigrants. Anyway, so I get the $1 out. Not learning from my mistakes, I put it back in. Click, click, click. Same kind of unsatisfying sound. It jams it again. I'm like, fuck. Then I get it out. Comes out. Do it a third time. I go in, jams it again. I'm like, okay, this dryer, the top one, is not going to work. So I have to put it in a smaller dryer. So now I get my $1 out. Then I'm taking wet clothes out of the big, luxurious dryer, and I'm jamming it in a small one. And the small one is 45 minutes. You can't even add more time. It's just that's what it is. You put the amount in, 45 minutes, and the big one is 60 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to come back in 45 minutes, and I'll sort the thing. I'll start folding the thing from the small one. By the time I'm done, I'll grab the big. All right, so I leave, come back. 45 minutes, that small dryer's done. I put like 2 sheets in there, a fitted sheet, and a bunch of other clothes. I open the thing. Everything is twisted in a bunch, and there's like a pocket of wet clothes in the fitted sheet. It's just still soaking wet. It's like it was never in the dryer, and it's done. And there's now 13 minutes left on the other dryer, and it's wrinkled. You've never seen anything more wrinkled in all of your life. I had this aunt who was 90 years old, and she had cheeks as soft as as rose petals. They were so soft, her cheeks. I miss my aunt. She was so... But wrinkled like you've never seen. Those were my sheets in the dryer. Just wrinkled. There's a pocket of wet in the thing, and it's all twisted. So then I take this out. I start untwisting the wet, wrinkled clothes. Half of it falls on the dirtiest floor you've ever seen. It's it's basically Afghanistan, this floor. It's disgusting. I mean, I've bacteria, whatever. So half of it goes on. So now I'm like, livid. I'm losing my mind. It's late at night. It's a Tuesday. I've used way too much time at this small town laundromat. It's all wrinkled and wet, half on the floor, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I put it on the table. Boom. Then I'm like, again, at 20, sure, live this experience at 20. It builds character. You're in university or college or whatever, and it's like all good. At 41, you go, what have I done? That's the predominant thought. You go, and also here's the thing: the laundromat is attached to a gas station with a big glass door. Picture a door that you would walk into a mall with those big handles where you just pull and it goes into. It's just like a swing. So when I first got there in the laundromat section, I go into the Ultramar, like the gas station part. I go to open the thing, it's locked, and I parked. And it's a big building. You have to go around. I'm like, what the fuck? And I can see the guy in there. And I'm like, and he's like, so I go around, and it's far. And I even consider driving. When I walk out the laundromat door, I'm like, should I drive to the front of the gas station? I'm like, you can't drive around the building. It's ridiculous. Walking. And it's a big building. Finally, I get in. And I'm like, can I get change? And I tell him what I'm giving. He gives me the exact change. Like I said before, I don't have an extra quarter for anything. I'm just like exact change. I had a 20. He gave me 10 in change and a $10 bill. So then, and the door is, I can see the laundromat. It's right there. So I'm thinking, I'm just going to go back. It must be locked one way. It must be locked one way. And I can just, now I can go in the laundromat, but they don't want riffraff doing laundry coming in. But gas station royalty, I can go into the laundromat and grace people with my presence. So I walk all through the store. I go to the door. It's locked. I'm like, hey, bud, can you open the thing? He's like, no, my friend, no, go around. I'm like, jeez, fuck. So I go, should I not have done the accent? It's fine. I don't give a shit. So I go around, all the way around. Immigrant. I go all the way around. I go back in the laundry. Anyway, so then I do my thing. This was before the wash. I do the wash. Anyway, back to the drying part. Half is on the ground. Half is all twisted and the most wrinkled clothes you've ever seen. Now there's 11 minutes left on the other on the big luxurious dryer. I can see the clothes in there just like, having a good old time. So I open that dryer and everything's dry. There's nothing wrinkled. All good. So I take that, pile it, tuck it under my chin. And I put it on the thing, and then I take the wrinkled stuff and one at a time put it in the dryer. That's now got 10 minutes left. And I just one at a time start drying. So I just put the fitted sheet in, and I'm drying it. And while keeping the fitted sheet in, I keep adding stuff to it for the few remaining minutes just to get everything kind of air fluffed and dry. Anyway, so like add stuff, and there's like 8 minutes left. And I open the thing to open it, and now it's just cold air. Because the last 10 minutes, they put just cold air just to... You pay for 60, but it's really 50 of hot air and 10 of cold air. Who wants drier cold air? There's nothing that... It doesn't do anything. If you can... cold room temperature air, it does not dry your clothes. It doesn't de-wrinkle it. It does nothing. All it does is if your clothes is really hot already, it cools it down. So when you fold it, I don't even know why they do the last 10 minutes cool. It's a waste of time. So now I'm like, oh, it's not even doing anything. So then I'm like, half my clothes was on the floor, which is basically as far as floors go, the Gaza Strip. I mean, it was bad. It was like just devastation. It's been just rummaged. It's been just no one has washed this floor in ages. The last time they washed it, all the machines were working, and there's like 3 machines working out of 20. So I had to take all of my clothes, half wet, half wrinkled. One load was really dry, and just go home and just spread everything on the over the kitchen chairs and table. Drape it. I got a big tent fort system. If I was 11 years old, dream come true. This was fun. But I'm 41, so I'm like, what have I done? See how that rhymed?
I did.
Did I have a point to that thing? I don't think so.
I don't
I think I just wanted to tell the story.
It's a good story, though. Do it again.
Well, imagine I do it again. So here's the thing. I'm 41. I live in a small town. I don't have laundry. I'm a germaphobe. The Gaza Strip is anyway. I was at a Wendy's and I heard someone. This I really related to this guy. I was at a Wendy's and I heard this guy in line. I actually wrote it down in line as he was saying it because I really felt it. But he said, he go. Here's the thing, too. You know someone's at their wits' end when they complain, but they complain to quote-unquote guys when like, okay, this guy at Wendy's was complaining, but he wasn't. He was past complaining to the person in front of him. He was just saying guys, like to the organization as a whole. He's like, guys, what's going on here? Are we really... guys, like, you know that's a man at his wits' end when he's blaming... everybody. He's just like, guys, figure it out as a team. Can we not come together because a cohesive unit? because there's levels to being upset in public. First, you go to the person at you. You go, "Excuse me, what's your name? Can I see a supervisor?" But when you go to guys, you're done. You're like, you got it at home. You got it. You're getting it at work, and now you're at Wendy's, and you're just like, guys, seriously, can I not just get a fucking junior bacon cheeseburger, please? And so this guy was at the guy's level of complaining. He was like freaking out. And I just hear this. He goes, I don't know. She said upsize the fry. She didn't say what size. Because now at Wendy's, before all fast foods across the board, before, when you got a combo, you got a medium fry. Wendy's now took it upon themselves. I don't know if it's a health thing. You get a combo, it's a small. So when you go up, I want to upsize the fry. They go, do you want a medium or a large? And this guy was just like, he's just like, I don't. You could tell they were on a road trip or something. And the wife was like, Adam, forever, are we gonna eat? Are we gonna eat? Are we gonna eat? And then finally they pull over somewhere. There's like, there's a Wendy's here. She's like, yeah, but seed oils. And he's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, it's all we have, Janice. So he,
I want the manager.
yes, and he was just at his wit's end. He's like, I don't know. She just said upsize the fry. She did not tell me the size. And it was such a he was so triggered. I'm like, dude, she was asking you a question. Anyway, all that to say, I've been in that guy's shoes for many, many times. Many times. All right, let's see. Again, I've got a year and a half. Last episode I uploaded was live from Just for Laughs, I believe, in July 2023. So I have all these notes of things, but this is all recent. This is recent shit that that's happened to me. A bunch of stuff. I went hunting, which I don't know. I have to say, I'm not a big. I'm definitely not a hunter. I've known this my whole life because I grew up from a family of hunters. My grandfather was a marksman, an avid hunter. My father and everybody. Every time I'm in the woods to hunt, my predominant emotion is fear, and I feel bad. I can't. I'm not a hunter. So we went hunting. We went to a hunting cabin, myself and two buddies, and we went to hunt moose, which is insane to think. And we're in the woods, and we're like in a tree stand, a crow's nest, as they call it. And we're just there, my buddy and I, with a gun. And my buddy's like, he's also not a hunter. Our other buddy was, but we're both not. It was just two non-hunters and a hunter in the woods. So two people that are scared and one person that's, I don't know, beating off to the idea of moose guts. And I remember my buddy looking at me. He's like, if something comes out here, I can't imagine having to shoot it. And so we're just we're such millennials. We're in a tree stand. We each have an AirPod. He's got two AirPods. We each have one in the proper ear. He's got his in his left, mine in my right. And we're listening to podcasts. And back in the day, my father and them, I remember hunting with my dad as a child, and he had given me cookies, chocolate chip cookies in my pocket, and I took one out, and the crunch of a cookie, and I remember him giving me a look like, what are you doing? Like, we have to be completely silent. Meanwhile, we're like blaring Joe Rogan in our ears, just going and just sitting there listening, not in the moment at all. And anyway, we don't kill anything that day, or we didn't. We personally did not, and we go to my friend's cabin, and then here's the thing about hunting. Basically, every activity as an adult is just a vehicle for people to consume substances, alcohol and drugs. And I'm sober, so we go to the cabin, and then we go to. So there's other cabins in the wood, which are just other pods of grown men escaping their lives and women to just get fucked up. And so we go to another camp in a truck, in the woods, and there's no street laws in the thing, so my buddy can drink. We could people are just drinking in the truck, and I'm in the back seat. And we leave my buddy's cabin, and it's pouring rain, and it's late, and we're going back to ours to just kind of like sleep and then go. Hey, here's the thing too. Back in the day, they would actually like hunt to feed their families and stuff, so they would like take it seriously and track stuff. My buddies, everybody's fucked up, but we're just like crash. We wake up, make eggs, and it's like, oh, it's 11, and we go. As a kid going hunting, you'd be out there at 6 a.m. tracking things and taking it seriously, and you hear a twig snap, and we're just like, fucking no one's paying attention to anything. And so we leave my buddy's cabin in my friend's truck, and my friend sees a porcupine pull out from the side, from the ditch, this cute little Sonic the Hedgehog, and so my buddy kind of goes over it. And then he saw it. So he goes, oh, my God, did you see this porcupine? So to show us, he puts the truck in reverse. And as he puts it in reverse, we roll over this porcupine. And now it's 1 a.m. It's pouring rain. The headlights are shining on this porcupine we just rolled on. That's got literally his belly split open, his guts out, and his little paw, and he's twitching. And I will never be the same again. It ruined not only my night, my life. I'm not doing okay. Aww. I know. I'm not the image, and so right away I'm in the back seat, sober as a judge, going, and they're like kind of a little tipsy, to say the least, because we're in just dirt roads going from cabin to cabin, and we're just watching this porcupine pass away. Twitching with guts, and it was perfectly fine when we went over it the first time. It missed the wheels, it went in between, and my friend, to show us, backed over, and then it's in the road, Hank. Oh no, it fucked me up, and I'm in the back seat like this, going, drive over it, just go. We won't even feel it, just go, like, put this thing out of its misery. And my friend's driving, and he's panicking, and he's like, what do I do? I'm like, go, fuck, and I'm covering my face in the back seat. And I'm like, just fucking go. Drive. And he's like, I can't. So we're just watching this porcupine in the road being like, hack, raining on it. Picture him, the porcupine. It's 1 a.m. He's with his porky family. It's raining. Like, I'm just going to go take a whiz in the ditch. I'll be right back. Takes a pish. And then as he's coming back at 1 a.m., just this fucking huge thing. Anyway, my buddy chickens out, and he does not run over it. We go around it. We just leave it there in the rain, twitching. And should I post this episode? I feel like I'm admitting to a crime.
Did you run over it again?
Did we what?
I thought you did.
No, we did not. We went around it.
You didn't want to.
I wanted to. I'm like, just go over it. We won't even feel it. And my friend's got a truck with huge tires. We wouldn't have felt a thing. Just whoop, and it's just mush, awful, fucked up, whatever. But instead, we just left it there, and we went home. And for like 2 days, I was like, fucking, like a fucking war vet, a Vietnam war vet from PTSD. I was freaking out. Couldn't believe it. That we had murdered in cold blood this poor porcupine. And the next day we asked my buddy that owned a cabin close to there, was on his driveway back, basically. We're like, did you find it? And he went to look, and he didn't find anything. So I don't know if something ate it. I don't know if he dragged himself with his guts in the gravel to somewhere to die. I know. Anyway, not a hunter. That ruined everything for me. I'll never be... I don't think I'll be okay. What else? I'm 41. Last time I recorded an episode, I was in my 30s. I was 39 a year and a half ago. Still now I'm 41. That's time flies. It's crazy. I'm in my 40s now, and I've really embraced it, but to an annoying level. Like I'm like, I lean into the wisdom too much. Meaning, like, have you ever heard like a 20-year-old pontificate? There's nothing worse. than like a 20-year-old giving you their thoughts in the world, man. Because to them, they hear it for the first time, so it's a new concept, but it's like the oldest, most tired shit ever. They're like, man, we're just on a, if you think about it, we're on a rock hurling through space, man. Just do your thing. If you want to be a comedian, just be one, man. It's like, yeah, wait till you get audited by CRA. I mean, it's not that easy, but 20-year-old, it's the first time they've heard this, so they're like at a family dinner smoking a joint with their uncle. It's 55, and they're like, I'm going to blow my uncle's mind right now. They're like, you know what? If you can really, in this life, man, just do anything you put your mind to. The 55-year-old uncle's like, I'm living in my parents' basement, in your grandparents' basement. You know how you come visit every morning at 11 a.m. and I'm still sleeping? Because I'm depressed. But the opposite is true. People that lean too into the wisdom, that's me. Like, I'm not a big sports guy, which I've talked about on this show a bunch. And but I went or watched a hockey game, NHL game for the first time ever, or first time in a long time. And they're children. When you watch hockey, you go, oh, my God. They're like 19, 20, 21 years old, and their face is so, it looks like a child. The first time I felt old, I was in Quebec City, and I remember I was doing stand-up there, and I was in my late 30s a couple years ago. And after the show, I'm like, oh, this is Quebec City. I'm going to go on La Fontaine or something, I think the main street is where all the clubs are. Anyway,
I don't remember.
Frontenac or I think it's La Fontaine. Anyway, doesn't matter. You know when people tell stories and they're like, oh, it was Tuesday. No, wait, was it Thursday? Because I usually get my pay every Friday, and I felt like I was waiting for it. It's just like, it doesn't matter to the story. I'm doing that right now. So, but I went out, and I remember, because in Quebec, the legal drinking age is 18, which is very, very young. And I was in my late 30s, and I remember looking around and being like, oh, my God, like the faces were like infants. I'm like, and then it hit me. I'm like, to them, I must look like, you know those carvings where you carve a face into an apple, and it dries up into like a shriveled brown apple? I felt like, I was like, to them, I must look like this, like a 110-year-old, like 38-year-old. Anyway, same watching the NHL game. It was the Habs and the New York Rangers. And I'm like, again, just for my point of like pontificating, 20-year-olds are annoying. But again, people that lean into the wisdom too much is equally as annoying. Like, that's me. I remember seeing these young kids play hockey, and I'm like, they're fucking kids. Look at them. Get my skates. That's my thinking. I literally thought, these guys don't know shit. Give me skates. Just on skates. Like, I haven't skated in 20 years. I'm like, yeah. But not realizing that, of course, they put their 10,000 hours. They practice since they're 4 years old. They work all the time. The chances to make the NHL is less than 1%, and they're like the elite guys, even though they're young. But my stupid old brain, I'm like, get my shoulder pads and my jersey. I got this. I'm like, that's not how it works. So I'm equally as annoying. It's like when they say the most extreme people on the right are the same people as the extreme people on the left. I'm the same as the pontificating 20-year-old. I'm like, I'm 40. Oh, you have a PhD? And you're 24? I'm 41. So let me open your chest plate and perform surgery. Like, it's equally as annoying. I'm the same person. The point is, just be self-aware. Just catch yourself. And catch yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, let me see other notes here. One-way intro, don't know what that means. I wear makeup now. Oh, yeah. I have rosacea. I don't know if you can see here. Actually, I didn't put anything on. I have rosacea on my cheek. I've had it for about a year. I didn't have it last episode, but I've had it for like a year and a half. It just kind of, it's a hereditary thing. My mom has rosacea. Aww. I know, like mother, like son.
You fuck off!
That's not nice, Mom. Anyway, my mom, she's a potty mouth.
No.
I'm just trying to get reacquainted with the soundboard. I'm loving it.
Yes!
That's awesome.
Oh, that's a good one. That's when in old school. In old school, when he gets shot with the dart in the neck, Will Ferrell.
I
And
don't remember it.
Sean. Oh, really? That's the funniest. That old school movie is one of the best comedies ever. I remember being in Vancouver in 2003, and I just bought a 27-inch tube TV. It was like 27 inches, the screen, but it was like 50 inches deep, and it weighed about 600 pounds, and I got like an entertainment unit and whatever, and I got a DVD player, and I got the old school DVD, and that scene where Will Ferrell shoots himself in the neck with a tranquilizer dart, and Patrick Sean fucking whatever, Stifler from American Pie.
I don't know any names ever.
This is what he said. I remember watching that scene, and I remember I was 19 years old, crying on the floor of my apartment, my bachelor pad downtown Vancouver. I rewound that, no joke, without exaggerating, probably 60 times, crying, laughing on the floor. But my point was, what was I just talking about?
Fuck.
Wait, I'll just look at my notes. It'll be right there. Oh yeah. Whatever. I don't know how I got to the thing, but anyway, I have rosacea now. All that to say.
You were talking about your friggin' soundboard.
Soundboard.
Oh,
but
rosacea.
Rosacea. Anyway, now I have
Mom.
rosacea, which is hereditary from my mom, and you could put some stuff on, and the stuff helps, but then it burns the skin because it's so strong, and it's still red, but it's not rosacea, but it's just burnt from so you just always have thing there. So then I started putting concealer on the patch, which I was never a makeup guy before, and I understand it now. It's you put it on and you go, oh my god, it's fully gone. And then I was like, oh, my eyes look kind of dark. So then I put like some under my eyes, and then I'm like, oh, now it doesn't match because I've got like under the eyes, and this cheek is one color, but this cheek is au naturel. So then I'm like putting some on. So then I'm like, I'm just wearing makeup now. I just have foundation. Yeah, and then I basically wear makeup now. And then I went to work out with a buddy of mine the other day. We work out during the day, and his gym is I don't know, his gym is like fluorescent lighting like all gyms, and we're like doing our workout, and he's like, why are your eyes yellow underneath? It was all caked yellow. And I had to pretend it was something. I had to pretend it was not makeup. I was like, I don't know, man. Fuck you. Like, what do I come to your face and insult it? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a brand new episode of the Julian Dion Show. New show, new episode, new potential sidekick. Wait, new potential sidekick? You'll never know. It's for me to know and you to find out. I haven't decided on the frequency of episodes yet. I don't know how often. Yeah, that's what frequency means. I just said I'm like, I haven't decided on the frequency. I haven't decided how often. Not frequency, but yes, frequency, how often, but also schedule when. I think I'll do minimum twice a week because I built this dream studio.
Show them around.
It looks. You're gonna have to be on camera. You wanna be?
No.
Right. I'm showing them around. This is one angle. This is hey, camera here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Hey. I built my dream studio, which was always the dream, at least since 2009. So I want to do many episodes, and I want to do different themes and spotlight on business and musicians and so on. So there's a lot to look forward to, so be sure to subscribe. And also, we used to be everywhere, on every major platform, but I really want to focus. This is how much podcasts are evolving. When I started podcasting in 2014, the number one platform by far was iTunes. Then that changed to Apple Podcasts, and then Spotify became the number one thing. And now, by far, the number one podcast platform is YouTube. No, YouTube. Yes. when I started, it was audio only, and now it's and now every podcast, good ones, the successful podcasts, it's a TV show. You have a TV set basically, and so this is what we created here. We've got the full 4-camera setup. We've got 4 mics set up, 11 Press Studios coming at you. So all that to say, it's finally all set up technically speaking, and so I want to be able to just come in here and pop on and pop off. Pop on and pop off. It sounds sexual, imagine. Does that get demonetized if I come on YouTube and beat off? Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. I don't know where, if you're a regular listener of the show that has been waiting for a year and a half patiently. Regardless, you mean a lot to me. We're going to do this again very soon and look for a regular schedule. Thanks to Ken Knight for the soundboard. We're back to using it. Appreciate it. Peace. We'll see you guys next time. And until then, watch your head.